4 to 3 lenses, 2K screen to super pixel, isn't Xiaomi downgrading specs? Those who wish to trash Xiaomi might focus on these points, yet what they call regression is the innovation I want to highlight in the Xiaomi 17 Ultra. Yes indeed, I see the Xiaomi 17 Ultra as a flagship packed with innovation. I've used it for about a week now, and I still think continuous optical zoom in phones is extremely tough to pull off. You can take a look at the simplified long zoom lens setup I drew for Xiaomi 17 Ultra. Xiaomi uses separate second and third lens groups for smooth optical zoom, with the second group handling zoom and the second group managing focus and optical compensation. I drew it simply, but achieving precise zoom and focus is intricate, with the whole optical chain being quite complex. What are the telephoto strengths of Xiaomi 15 Ultra compared? First, the hardware edge shows. Xiaomi 15 Ultra has two telelenses. One is a floating telephoto with 70mm equivalent, and the other is a 200MP periscope telephoto with 100mm equivalent. On Xiaomi 17 Ultra, it is a 200MP periscope telephoto with zoom. It starts at 75mm equivalent, and from 75mm to 100mm is optical zoom. No cropping and can shoot 200MP shots. In hardware, Xiaomi 17 Ultra's mid telelens is far better. We can see its strengths once we look at a few sample shots. The first daytime shots, these mid to close-ins, both the 15 and 17 Ultra handle them well. But when you look at fine detail, the 17 Ultra clearly outperforms the 15. The second set longer shots, the 15 Ultra's 3x floating telephoto still works, but lacks sharpness versus 17 Ultra. Such differences show up at 90mm in daylight shots. In the night shots from the distance, we can see the bike was quite close by. But yes, even in such scenes, when you check the fine details, the 17 Ultra clearly outperforms. The second set shows this even more. In such low light settings, when you shoot at 90mm, Xiaomi 17 Ultra has a clear edge. Of course, at the 75mm focal length, Xiaomi 17 Ultra still holds an edge in sharpness that the 15 Ultra can't match. With continuous optical zoom innovation, Xiaomi isn't just showing off techy boosts, overall imaging prowess further. In the 75 to 100mm focal range, Xiaomi 15 Ultra shows a full-scale upgrade. Will the 200MP Xiaomi 15 Ultra outperform the 200MP Xiaomi 17 Ultra in real-world shots? My answer is yes. First, the ultra-long zoom comparison. These are night shots taken at 17.2x zoom, which is handheld at a 400mm equivalent. I think no need to zoom in, most folks can spot the differences between them. The same holds here with the Xiaomi 17 Ultra steadier by hand, its detail rendering is clearly better. In daylight, both models show a steadier balance here. In terms of detail, I don't think 15 Ultra lags much. The 17 Ultra also adds sharpening algorithms in Leza Classic mode, enhancing perceived detail quality. This is another point I meant, it's more broadly usable. Views on sharpening vary among folks, but many care more about sharpness in details, believing crisper edges are better. I also shot the set at 690mm, 30 times zoom of indoor night shots that back up what I said above. From the small shots, the 17 Ultra looks clearly better. But if you check the fine details, the 17 Ultra uses some algorithms. Unlike the pure Leza Classic with minimal algorithm use, this aims for broader appeal. Of course, the ultra-long zoom shots show two key upgrades. One is greater stability when using ultra-long zoom. Handheld feels steadier and the ultra zoom is now stronger. And for other focal lengths, some sample shots. This 200mm segment shows Leza Classic tonal qualities are quite similar, and details match the super telepraise above. Xiaomi 17 Ultra has refined algorithms making overall details sharper. This 164mm segment's tone is quite eye-catching indeed. The detail look still matches the style mentioned. These 100mm shots from Xiaomi 17 Ultra show sharper details, giving the sense of stronger resolution. This nighttime 100mm set shows the Xiaomi 15 Ultra had less accurate white balance, while the 17 Ultra handled it much better. By looking at the details, you'll see why the points I stressed make the 17 Ultra feel stronger overall to users. This set of 200mm shots will help you grasp the points I mentioned earlier. Whether it's the 15 Ultra or the 17 Ultra, in low-light outdoor scenes with high dynamic range, both perform admirably. There are tweaks in detail, those are the upgrades in the 17 Ultra. Now the main cam, the new Light Hunter 1050L, its superb HDR is beyond question. Many netizens had already shot with the 950L. A notable point is that even with Leza Classic, the 17 Ultra still handles highlights very well. If you look a bit more closely, you'll see the 17 Ultra offers a wider dynamic range and better edge handling in shots. Group 2 shows a much wider dynamic range clearly. In terms of detail, the 17 Ultra still edges out Group 2. I think the 17 Ultra looks better and has slightly finer detail. You can clearly see Leza Classic's corner darkening in daylight. Lately, it's been overcast here, but the Leza Classic's look still shows up clearly in shots with minor detail differences. but the Xiaomi 17 Ultra shots look slightly better overall. Like these two sets, Leica Classic is brighter on the 17 Ultra in real-world captures. Compared to prior styles, each focal length now leans more toward true color reproduction, a shift I noticed in side-by-side shots. Oh, by the way, if you enjoy taking live photos, there are 3 preset modes in the app. I find them very useful. Give them a try if you like. So from real-world shots, Xiaomi 17 Ultra shows clear imaging upgrades, though this is just part of the gains. Since one periscope telephoto replaced the 2 on Xiaomi 15 Ultra, the whole module is now smaller than the 15 Ultra. Whether the body with its cameras is thinner or the decal size, the 17 Ultra is smaller. And the DECO sits slightly higher up, plus the body is a touch larger, so more space was freed for the battery compartment versus the 15 Ultra. Xiaomi 17 Ultra now boasts a 6800 mAh battery paired with Super Pixel and a Snapdragon 8 Gen 5 platform. I still ran 3 full days with 3 scenarios from full to shutdown. Battery life in each scenario is shown here. For the 3 scenarios, I think gaming could still be improved. In the end, after 4 hours of heavy load testing, it still had 47.26% left strong battery life. So battery life is no worry. 90-watt wired fast charging hits 100% in 54 minutes. Average speed big battery phones charge slowly in this batch. And yes, there's 50-watt wireless fast charging for imaging flagship phones. Another key feature I've tested extensively is thermal management. Stress tests are the most direct way to gauge thermal and system performance. In our test, the Genshin Impact ran for 70 minutes. The last 40 in Sumeru City saw an average of 60.1 FPS logged by PerfDog. 4.12 watt power. Render resolution was 883p front 10 peaked at 42.1 degrees Celsius, back 10 hit 42.2 degrees Celsius. For games like Genshin Impact, Snapdragon 80 Gen 5 handles them quite well. And during Honkai Star Rail's 40-minute run, Xiaomi 17 Ultra averaged 59.2 FPS. You don't need to worry about render resolution. 993p is fine when checking screenshots, and its power draw is 6.13 watt. Frontside 10 peaked at 46.3 degrees Celsius, backside max was 46.7 degrees Celsius. So in real-world tests, heavy load games run quite smoothly and without much strain on it. So once again, top-tier flagships must have cooling solutions well in mind. This front screen is familiar to all 6.9 inches is Xiaomi's large size focuses this year. The prior 17 Pro Max had this screen, its bezels improved over the 15 Ultra model indeed. Super Pixel is one of Xiaomi's innovation features this year, which is why I say that with continuous optical zoom, Xiaomi's innovation shines the 17 Ultra is the pinnacle. Super Pixel, no more talk. We mentioned the rear camera module design earlier. Here, let's talk about one normal yet often mocked feature. OIS is often mischaracterized or misunderstood. The Xiaomi 17 Ultra's continuous optical zoom periscope telephoto is larger, so it shakes more. When you shake the Xiaomi 17 Ultra, you will hear the fastball sound, but it fades quite a bit with more shakes. The reason is Xiaomi detects sustained shakes, powers up, locks the lens module, and adds some safeguarding. So please folks, watch my video, don't let others sway you. Compared to Xiaomi 15 Ultra, bezels are thinner now, though the 15 Ultra still feels better overall. HyperOS 3.0 is out and I stress once more its updates. Xiaomi 17 Pro Max is my main phone now. After long-term use, screen stutters and lag have become quite rare. It matches top OS standards now, but more time is needed to shift people's perceptions fully. Recently, Xiaomi HyperOS 3.0 added many new features like Super Xiao AI one-sentence photo fixes. Super Xiao AI can now do a wide range of things indeed. And on the system frame rate I've stressed, the 17 Ultra with high frames on. Before short video apps needed you to enable high FPS manually, but now it's near global. Great job. After Honkai Star Rail, I tested Weibo for system stability. Body temp hovered around 47 degrees Celsius, yet it ran the full test straight through without frame drops. So system stability is fine too. Now take a look. What is this, you guessed right? iPhone mirrors control Xiaomi phone or share desktop. If you own both iPhone and Xiaomi phone, your iPhone can mirror control Xiaomi via Xiaomi Link. Xiaomi's support for iPhone users is just astounding. In terms of specs, Xiaomi 17 Ultra now boasts enhanced water resistance with IP66/6, 8/6-69 all the usual specs are there. No need to dwell on them. In sum, my view of the Xiaomi 17 Ultra matches the start. It embodies Xiaomi innovation in one device. Be it the Super Pixel unveiled earlier or the new 200MP periscope telephoto with continuous optical zoom and the Light Hunter 1050L with ultra-high dynamic range, all of these added many fresh twists to the phone world. Continuous optical zoom indeed solves the weak telephoto issue in flagship phones. Real tests show big gains. The 200MP periscope telephoto shows gains, especially in high zoom shot stability, and the overall photo usability has improved as well. Performance tests reveal the device's thermal and power handling. Based on real-world system stability, you won't face frame drops in high-load scenarios and battery life is top tier. The upgrades in HyperOS 3.0 are clear, and its compatibility with the Apple ecosystem is nearly on par with Apple's own product. Being an ultra flagship launched so early, it's bound to draw high follow, and we wonder if you're pleased with its overall performance. Alright, that's all for this episode. If you're here, please hit follow and triple combo